are live coming to you from the dirty South in Salem. How is everybody doing today? Henry's already upset with Denver. Well, at least your team showed up and gave him a game. My Cowboys. I don't know what to say. I know we had Cooper Rush as a quarterback, and it don't matter. Dak ain't done much either. So I feel your pain. Another great day of a weekend of football. My Hoosiers beat Pittsburgh. Sorry for you University of Pittsburgh fans, but Virginia got one, and I think we're one game away from being bowl eligible, which is tough because I think we got like Notre Dame, somebody else, and then Virginia Tech. So not very good. So not much going on in the baseball world now. That we usually it's a little dead time before you're getting a lot of talk, trade rumors, signing free agents. I saw something earlier this week where Soto said no to the Yankees, but you never know. I mean, after the stuff with Ohtani last year, I just won't believe anything until I actually see it. I really don't know. I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts on that. It's just, me and my dad went over Gold Glove winners today. I don't know how many people pay attention to that type of thing. But Gold Glove winners, I really enjoy that award. We get too hung up on the hitting awards. The fielding to me is just as important or more important. Keeping runs off the board, extra outs. I like that type of thing. I know in our hobby, it's nobody cares. It's the home run, chicks love the long ball. But I'm just trying to, right now, football, hockey for me. Watch a little hockey. My Caps are not playing too bad. McMichael, a good little young player, looking good. Haven't watched anybody else play. I've watched Caps maybe 3 times, I think. Parts of 3 games. Because I go to bed so early. I heard Shohei won the Gold Glove for DHs. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess, what's up, Joe? I guess Ohtani had a more injury to his shoulder than previously thought, so he won't be pitching to start next season. That was something I heard today. I had, this week has been busy for me. I haven't really kept up much with stuff like that, news like that, because I just I hurt my back on Monday. If you watch my Saturday show, and it's okay, just spasmed and locked up. The muscles locked on me. Slipped, and when I was trying to gain, I busting my ass, it locked up on me. And I work with chemicals, so I was fully suited up. That was another issue. Shit like that can happen. Can everybody hear me all right? I've reset up my little area here. That's what I'll talk about in a little while. So you'll see my, I guess people are calling it the space station. Thank you, battery. Hey, Paul, what's up? Did Atlanta play today? Or did they play Thursday? My car not starting. I have a good battery. It's the first thing you need to get in the shop. Sorry, Henry, that's Dust Star. Yeah. So instead of it being over here, it's over here. I got it coming from behind. Lost. Oh, that's right. That was a low-scoring game, but Derek Carr had a pretty good game, it looked like. Man, I'm falling behind on my Scott content. New setup will need to catch up. Just new setup yesterday. I'll get to what, having fun without purchasing anything. Um, I'll get into it now a little bit. And, for me, doing stuff like I do, like I love doing displays and stuff. If anybody ever saw my old house in Iowa a few years ago, that video, I'll post it down maybe below if I think about it. Has a lot of hits. I really enjoy. I had a full finished basement, uh, full dining room, bedroom, everything, and I had a game room and sports room, and had to sell it and move here. I didn't have to. Happy to move back to the West Coast. Zach, about the Dak injury. It's an injury. We're not going anywhere this year. He signed a big deal contract. I guess he's going to be our quarterback. I'd rather him be healthy. So which means my $20 consi may be all I do for. Yeah, Henry, that's exactly what I've been talking about. Real life. You have to be more real life means way more than this hobby. Or hobby, there's more ways to enjoy the hobby, right? So this last few weeks, I'm enjoying what I have. I'm redoing my displays. My room that I kind of had everything mishmashed in, my bedroom, my extra bedroom. I made that completely into my game room, Star Wars room. That's where a lot of this has changed behind me. This used to be off to my right. I have another stand over there. I was pretty sure you were a Dallas fan, but couldn't remember. Yeah, Zach, I'm a huge Dallas fan. I watched the game today. We lost to our arch rivals. I was actually pulling for Washington in the first game because I want to see Washington win the division if Dallas can't. Because I really like that quarterback for Washington. He missed a couple of passes today that I'm sure when he watches the film tomorrow, he's going to wish he had back. He did have some drops today too. Dallas struggled. We turned the ball over in very bad situations. We can't. Our defense is not as good as it was before. What's up, Card Hunter? Our defense is not as good as it used to be, so you can't keep giving the ball on short field. You just can't do it, especially with that offense. Saquon is a beast. Playing on a quality team finally and showing what he can do. I'm happy for him. So that's a big deal. But for the Eagles, for me, that's a game. It's hard to watch. Very hard to watching Dallas get beat to them like that. Dallas Cowboys, New York Mets, Montreal Expos, University of Virginia. I'm guessing you used a random number generator stuff. Well, yeah, I have stories for all of them, I'll tell you too, when I used to watch NBA basketball, I loved the LA Lakers because of just how they played. What's up, Wesker Griff? If you want, Wesker, I left the thing on there for you if you are for any of y'all to want to come on for our group chat there, Ed. Yeah, Dallas, it's just the time I grew up, 70s and 80s. I'm a huge Tom Landry fan. Finally got an autograph of him at the Chantilly show. Montreal was more because of Gary Carter being on the baseball bunch with Johnny Bench. He got traded to the Mets, and that's how I'm a Mets fan. And I'm from Virginia. I grew up in the university. You know how college, most states, you have two big colleges and your family's one or the other. Even if nobody goes to that school or goes to another school, they still root for. So ours is Virginia Tech, UVA, and we used to go to a lot of Virginia Tech games when I was a kid because they weren't good. And then when I got older, grown up even, then Tech got to be good when I was in my 20s, and then all the Tech fans got really bad. I thought you were moving to Canada. No, not yet. I gotta brush up on my French if I'm gonna go to Montreal and go stay with my buddy up there. But right now I'm gonna stay here. I got a good job, good bennies. Every day closer to retirement. So what's up, Jeff? Yeah, so I've really been enjoying redoing everything in my house, trying to figure out how now I want to do my baseball. That's been a slow process. If you can see, I hate pointing. If you can see right here behind me, um, behind the cards, I got three more baseball fields. I don't know if you can actually see if that's a baseball field behind me, but at least that light will give me some backlighting. I kind of really like that. I put my Ralph Sampson's autos that I just got up there. I love ballparks, the book. So I'm trying to get everything. I got Nats Man up there sleeping over my shoulder. You know, all my cards from all my eBay. God, all my eBay or not eBay, YouTubers cards, and below it is all the cards from Reindeer Studios that I've collected. Either him, handing them out at shows, or I bought them. So I got a nice little Reindeer Studios collection going. Um, love his doodles. He did a Gary Carter doodle. I was salivating over that one. But yeah, just having a very just good time, just setting it up. I like to make it feel like a little museumy or a little. I want you to know what I like if you walk into this place. If you come in here and you start looking around, you'll hopefully know pretty quick where my fandoms are and how I like things. And I'm trying to not as put as much in the living room, just on one wall, and kind of make my living room like more pop culture-ish. Have some cool posters and stuff like that. Picture of Jim Morrison, stuff like that on the wall in the living room. It's my place. I live here by myself. I want to enjoy it. I'm kind of making this apartment, I've said it before, as if you went back and looked at my basement, that's kind of the way I'm doing my apartment, because I always stayed in the basement because I loved it. I put a lot of time, like we all do. We put a lot of time and effort. We forfeit funds maybe for other things for this. If you're single, you sometimes this, everybody knows. I go to that show, in the National, and my family and workplace. So, this is like Mike's always said, to most of us, this is more than a hobby. It's part of our way of life now, but we have to put it in a perspective, which this time of year, I usually take November off, and I'll take November and December. And if I want to collect something, I will. I have been kind of looking, Ed knows if he's still on here, the WNBA cards select, but I'm not going to overpay for them. I would not overpay to get a blaster of that just because they are selling off the. Thanks for the French lesson, Henry. I will not, overpay for that at all. I don't overpay for. I've really been strict on how I spend my money on the hobby. Sometimes when you're collecting like cards, you might overpay, but I always keep this in mind. Eric Those Back Pages said this, and I always keep this in my brain. If you're willing to pay it and you're happy to get it and you're happy with it later, you didn't overpay. And I keep that in mind. Where other people might say I paid a little too much for something, I keep it in perspective, of course, but I try to make sure that I'm smart with my money. I keep talking about value, and I have more than one hobby. my game room, which I got a video of just my game room, but I want to finish up out here because part of my gaming is out here as well. It kind of crosses over into this area just a little bit. And I have another channel for that. But here, the card collecting. I gotta say though, this last week or so, not buying. I don't know how y'all feel about the Allen and Ginter. Y'all seen that? That's a beautiful card, man. They really did good with it. I think they changed it up just enough, but kept it. It's an Allen and Ginter set. I think it's great. I like some of the subsets that are in there that they did this year. It's always interesting to see what they're going to do. And that keeps, if you know Allen and Ginter cards, historically, we know, that's the way it is. I definitely overreached on the Freddie Freeman cards recently, but they're pretty. Yeah, I think you said something like that on buying from Mike the other night. I just lurked on Mike's channel the other night talking with Carlisle and whoever else was on there, just to, shoot the shit, kind of, I was watching hockey that night. I've ignored my LCS for months because I know what I would bring home. I have not been to my LCS in over a year, maybe two. They just don't have anything I'm interested in. I don't know how y'all's LCSs are. They don't have a lot of changeover once you've gone in there. I see the same thing. I saw the same thing in there for a year. Very nice people. I stopped buying boxes. I was trying to buy my boxes from them. And when I did that, it kind of, I'm very strict on what I'm looking for. So they just don't. It's a long drive. Not long, but longer than I like to go to just go to a card shop. But, they do great business. And I'm glad they do. So it's there. But I just haven't been there in a while. So I have 2 LCSs, no slabs, no vintage. Wow. See, and they try to do more vintage than modern, but I bought the one Johnny Bench auto they had that was the Perez Steel. Like the first time I went in there, I wasn't here a month, and I found out where the closest LCS where it was. Went to it, and I got a good deal on it. So, Just Cards Theory. I was at my LCS today. It's hit and miss. I picked up some $5 Frank Thomas cards, some pretty good slabs, but not a lot. You can't go wrong, Frankie. He is, gosh, my pointer is really bad. I put that Frank up today. I kind of want people to see what, when you see, I got David Wright, Gary Carter, Ralph, Ballparks, my friends. If anybody else has cards, please get them to me. Over here it's the same way. Gary Carter, Hojo, my catchers, Cowboys. Kind of like having that. Yikes. I guess Cards HQ is my LC now that I've moved. Yeah, but you said it's all right in there as long as they're not trying to get you on prices. It's an LCS. It doesn't matter how big it is. It's still an LCS. 100% with your card shops are overrated. Just get them come see. Yeah, and that's the shame. That is I love supporting my local. I had one in Iowa that was awesome. So, and he did shows, right? And he was in a mall. He would get a lot of turnover in there, a lot of foot traffic, a lot of trades, a lot of purchases. So he had a lot of turnover, and he would actually call me when certain or pull cards out and hold them for me, certain players when they came in. And he would get big lots. Like people would bring their whole, lifelong collections and stuff. So it was a pretty good card shop. And he also sold what a lot of card shops have to do is now to make their monies. He sold jerseys and pennants and he was a spot to go buy stuff for team merchandise. He has an awesome holidays. He does great. And pretty much the holidays is his rent for the whole year. And electricity from what he was telling me. Uh, Henry, that's awesome. I'm sure it's great. Just wouldn't want to be it. Yeah. The wall is looking full now. How close are we to the room tour? I still, if you saw my living room right now, it's got books stacked up where I took everything out of the spare bedroom and brought it out here, uh, just for right now, and it's getting close. I have stuff laying around for my baseball today. Honestly, uh, I I sat here today, so I've been using penny saver penny saver one touches. I hope I don't know if anybody's been talking about them or not. This guy was awesome at the national at Mike's get together. Um, I wish I had something to show you, like I said, penny saver, but it's penny saver, just like the word. Look it up. I got his. I've ordered twice now. 35 point. 35 point one touches from him, and they're crystal clear. They fit in the basic uh, um, tight the sleeves, so everything works great with them. I didn't have to change anything. I so BCW has them, but their shipping cost is just nuts. And with Penny Saver, I can spend $50 and have free shipping. I think I got to spend 100 with with BCW, I believe. And I'm just trying to I'm trying to buy down at a certain rate, um, to stretch my money out. So I did I think I got like 40 of them. They were like, because as you're buying them, the price goes down. I think they were around $2 a piece. So 25 of them, I guess, 30. I don't know. Um, so I sat here today putting a lot of cards in one touches, ran out, then I had to put them in then I found, like, as I was straightening up, I found a half a box of 55 point, which fits a lot of material cards, like from tops and stuff. So I was putting stuff in there and those. I'm trying to get a lot of cards out of top loaders into one touches for my PC. Let's see. Cards HQ is like CarMax. You're not going to negotiate a great deal, but you're going to get what you like at a fair price. There you go. Just did an amazing Comp C with a rare low numbered at 50C or less. Yeah, Comp C, man. If you're not wanting those cards quickly, you can sit there and build up a nice little treasure chest, get it fit to you for you want to build up enough where the shipping makes sense. I was talking with the owner today, Just Card Journey. Welcome to the channel. Welcome today. I was talking with the owner today, and we were talking about Michael Jordan cards. I'm from Chicago, and he said he doesn't buy Scottie Pippen cards. Sad state for Scottie Pippen. Why would you? Does people not like Scottie Pippen? Pippen ain't easy to sell. I guess not. Zach, my LCS, only just retired at 50. Think he made a lot of money buying memorabilia and huge lots to selling to wealthy people, probably so. I never met Scottie Pippen collectors, honestly. He called him no tipping Pippen. I will not be the first one, Zach. I've had cards at Comp C for 2 years, never shipped them. Yeah, I mean, no tipping Pippen. Yeah, I just, thank you, Hodges. Nice to see you tonight. But yeah, I'm just trying to find other things to do, and it's not hard. Today that took me, you're thinking, oh, this will be I'll get this done, and I'll start working on the room and stuff. And that took me a couple of hours this morning. I went and got breakfast. I tried to do some laundry, but it was too many people there, so I came on home and I started working on that and watching TV this morning. And before I knew it, it was time for me and Dad to do our thing, and I had to put them all away and stuff. When I do my tour, you'll see how where I put my stuff in and how my PC works and stuff. And so after that, it was it's got a good one this past week. Ooh, nice pick. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then me and my dad did my video, and then me and my mom talked for a while. Then it was time to eat dinner, and kind of then I started work. I played video games, and then I started working on stuff. I was like, oh, I got a few minutes. Let me see how this looks behind me. How I you know how things work in here. So it's coming together. Joe, you asked. It's I'm taking my time. The extra living room was, you set something up, take it down, redo it, second thoughts, redo it. It took me a while. And then here it's kind of doing that because I want it to look nice. Since it's out in the living space. If somebody does come over, it doesn't look like it's just thrown around and just a bunch of stuff thrown on the wall. Just kind of, trying to make it's already going to make it look like a 12-year-old lives here, but at least he's a mature 12-year-old and knows how to put stuff together. Hey, Henry, Ed's didn't, I had to go in, click his bell off, and then turn it back on because I wasn't getting notified from him for a while either. I think they shadow banned him. He's on a list. Ed, did you talk bad about the YouTube overlords? I don't know, Henry. Have you not gone to a show and see their Pelican briefcases? They might be. They might be well financed. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't bought anything. I did get a couple of things in, which I'll do a video Wednesday. It's going to be a very quick video. I think I got 4 or 5 cards. And I might get some more in before then. Because the Topps, when I buy stuff from Topps, it takes a little while. Because they take the order, and then they make the cards. Because they only make two. Well, I'm sure they make more, but they only make the amount supposedly that they get ordered for most of their .com stuff. So it takes a little while to get them sometimes. I still have cards I dropped off at ComC during the National that still aren't loaded onto the site. I was at the expo this weekend that they told me they are pretty backed up on the intake. Yeah, see, that's the one drawback. So the last thing I got from ComC, I did have an order. It was like over 100 cards. They told me it was going to be, 35 days, 40 days, and it took way longer than that, almost 3 months. I don't know if it's one guy on a his little scooter riding around picking the cards out of the boxes. I don't know. Because I feel like most people just buy and resell, because I know that's what they really push on there, that to have the physical card there in boxes, and they just want you to really just buy and flip on their website and just be a flipping website and virtually have the card and they just hold on to it. I want my cards. I'm not, I do buy virtual packs to get the real cards out of them every once in a while on Upper Deck. And Carlos kind of, talked about it before, but it feels like or seems like some of the better hits are on their virtual packs. And I've done okay, nothing great. I did get some stolen out of the mail. The only thing I've ever had stolen out of the mail when it comes to cards. So that was a little upsetting. It was some wrestling cards. Let's see. My favorite way to have fun without purchasing is making videos and taking pics of Instagram for Instagram. Yeah. So That's what I love. This Sunday night, I might babble and run my mouth and whatever, but I have fun. Um, of course, talking with friends when they get on, and uh, I just learned there's Steve Aoki soccer cards. What? Yeah, well, I can care less about Steve Aoki. Unless his family wants to come over and fix me a dinner or something, that'd be awesome. His family owns one of those or Japanese steak places. That's where he has his money from, and then he DJs. Uh, but he DJ because his family has money for owning the Japanese steakhouse. I think it's Benihana, actually. Now that I think about it. You said Ginter looked cool. Just bought some 24 Ginter McGuire's from PC and eBay LL. I do. Big Chicken is still better. Yeah. They had an island in Ginter. Now I watched Mike open up the. I like how they got the 206s this year packaged. That is a very nice packaging, but it's the same card. They just added some different backs or new backs. I like the nighttime with the lights, that short print. I like the fact that you will get an autograph in that box. You ought to for what you're paying for it. But to me, Allen Ginter, if it's still at $139, that's not terrible. It's not the best price for it, but it's not terrible. And it's they don't have the greatest autograph listing. They never have, but the cards are nice. Yeah, Jeff, they're terrible. At least it's a team color, but they're terrible. I think that's where C fails a little. People want to buy a car and get it 3 or 4 days later. They don't get that. That's not what C was set up to do. Yeah, Zach, it's not. But they need to knock down their delivery. I don't understand how they're set up either, because they have people that work in Texas and people that work in their home place in Washington. I don't really do the cards go to separate places? I thought they were all in one warehouse. I don't know. I don't know. If you have them put away in some type of order, they should be pretty quick to get. I've been on ComC since the early days. You could call and talk to someone new whole times. They didn't seem busy. Yeah. They need to talk to Mike O and find out how he can get cards on, work a full-time job, and still sell the way he sells. I think part of the problem is people when people work for baseball cards, and not necessarily everybody's a collector like we are that works in the baseball card business. Their mind is just baseball cards. I think that's one of the issues. You got people that are pulling orders that's just a job. It's just baseball cards. So, especially when these cards, I know some of y'all get some pricier stuff from there, but a lot of them are dime, quarter, 30 cent, 50 cent, dollar, whatever. All I'm hearing is ComC needs a second, maybe third building you can see from space. Yeah, what's up, Carlos? Thank you for standing up for us against Brian Gray. As a collective, I think we are happy. I know you're trying. I would love for the collectors to start taking this hobby back. I think it's starting. We got a long ways to go, but I think it's always for the collectors, and it's just us deciding where to draw the line. I would love to see their inventory set up. Like when I buy a card from you, is there a box with my name on it, and they just go take it from yours? And I bet you what they do, right, Zach, is it's in some type of order by year or alphabetical or type or something, and the card never gets moved. It gets moved in our database from person to person, but it's probably just all put in, and it's probably like got the the ComC number on it somewhere, So if they have 25 of them, they probably, for basic needs, it's numbers 1 through 25 in a box that correlate to, how when you can pull up one card and look at 25 different ones, and each one of them has a different number on it. I'm sure it's correlated by that. I actually saw somebody that had a huge, like 2 million card setup, and he can go and find a card in 30 seconds. I think they have a market. They probably have SAP, like most large businesses have. If they did, probably. Yeah, with the SKU. Yep. Which is why it's a business model. No one in their right mind would ever try it now. Yeah. Well, when you get them, they have it on. So what they're doing, you see the printout, right? It goes in the back of the card because as soon as you get it, you got to pull out every piece of paper that's in the back of it, because they have that paper printout. They go and pull it, and they put that paper in there so they know all the papers are gone. They filled your order. And they probably walk around with a cart with all the little boxes, just like Walmart shoppers do, and go pull out different things. And it's probably not the best setup in the world. It's probably, and they probably got 5, 21-year-olds going in after college and doing this. It's paying them $12 an hour. So, it's, I thought so. That's right. I haven't got a shipment in a long time. Yeah. So it's, I don't run the business, so I can't tell them how to be. Probably most likely is they have to hire more people to catch up. But what happens is, if you have a slow time, what do? Lay some of them off and then hire some back? I don't know how easy that. I mean, I've done hiring and stuff in my life, but I don't know. I don't know what their business model is to be able, what overhead they have. If they got this huge building, they say that you can see from outer space. They got to pay for that. They got to pay for temperature. They probably got to hold it at a certain temperature. They got to keep the moisture out. It's probably not in, economical setup. So where they cut costs is probably people. So they need people on the front end and the back end. They need front end people to load it into the system, and they need back end people and to put it wherever it goes, and then back end to actually fill the orders. This is what PSA went through, according to them, is they didn't have enough people accepting orders, and they didn't have enough people filling the orders at the end, and they had to get more graders. So, and then and now they can't get their prices below $25 a card. So I don't know. ComC, if they added more people, maybe for you to sell a card on there, you couldn't sell a card for less than 75 cents. What is it now? 25 cents for you to make any money off of it? 35 cents? Didn't it go up a little bit? I think even when these card companies were getting slammed in the pandemic, they would never have imagined it would still be like it. Well, the problem with ComC in the pandemic, they were in the wrong state. If they were in Iowa, they would have never had to shut down, or anywhere in the Midwest. So why expand and hire tons of just because the pandemic boom? That's right, Zach. I don't know. I don't know what their issue. They never come out and tell you why they're slow. They listened to Carlos. They picked up steam at one point, but now they're back behind again, which is, for us in the card world, that's great. That means people are still, trading, buying, selling, cards, or it could be people are dumping all their cards. I know, I guess I think he talked about this last week, that for him, it makes smart business move to send a bunch of his lower end cards to ComC for them to take care of. The cost of them taking care of it comes out the end for him. You know, so hey, more. Anything that takes something off of his plate, I'm happy for him because he is a busy dude. And he's getting into his busy season in both jobs. So I just feel like, you know, I wish they were more like most companies that we're in an unregulated, you know, hobby, right? Which most hobbies are. But there's not much oversight or anything that calls people out. We don't have too many gatekeepers. I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I don't think there needs to be really gatekeepers. But hi, Mike. Let me get this thought out. But I feel like we have the card brothers, you know, that have the president thing, but you know, sports radio make big money flipping the card for. If you do it enough, people make tons of money in penny stocks. So, you know, how you doing tonight, Mike?
I am doing okay. I can't complain too much. Just busy, you know. Such is life.
Yeah. So, how did the Patriots do today? I didn't see a final.
I believe the final was 19-3. They were victorious against the Bears.
Oh, good.
If I remember right.
That's actually a good win. 19-3. Wasn't a lot of scoring in some of that, like the Falcons and New Orleans. Some low scoring games today. Henry, my LCS did not have baseball card pages because they were too expensive, and Goodwill put all their card stuff online. Well, I can tell you this. So again, I collect different stuff. So there's this couple that collects video games, but they were at the Tucson Comic-Con, whenever it was. They're usually a few weeks behind on their videos. Goodwill. This is just because of Goodwill. Goodwill was set up there, had all their video games and pop culture stuff that would be online sent to there. Because that's why a lot of their video games are no longer in stores either, because they put them all online. Yeah, I got a tobacco card from SCR on ComC for 50 cents on Random Non-Sport. Cousin Carlos, that means tomorrow is Mayo Monday. I guess. Yeah, Eric and the Mayo. I got you. So, Mike, another busy week for you, brother?
Every week now. Every week.
Yeah. Were you off this weekend? Was this your weekend off?
Technically. Doesn't feel like it, but
I took this weekend off as well, so I could get my back straight from no mail Monday, and it's Veterans Day tomorrow.
Jesus Christ, you got this football game on?
Yeah.
What in the hell are the Houston Texans wearing? They look like they have Christmas balls as their helmets. They're freaking shiny. I
saw them warming up, and it took me a second. I thought the Texans were playing, but
look how shiny those things are.
Yeah. It looks like a college, like something like an alternative college uniform.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, it's all for selling stuff. I mean, they probably sold 1 billion of these red jerseys in their shop before the game. So that's what it's about, brother. We talked about it in baseball. It's the same in every sport now.
Yep.
So, how many of those WNBA boxes did you order?
I had 15 or 16 come in today or yesterday.
Okay. WNBA?
Yeah, I opened 3. Didn't know what I was doing. I listed the singles on eBay. Didn't hit anything of relevance, I don't believe. I sold 3 to a friend of ours, and I sold 2 to another friend of ours, and the
Oh, good.
others are going on eBay.
I'm glad Ed got some because good grief. I wish I could have got my hands on some, but you know,
Hey, I mean, if you didn't quit the hobby, I would hook you
I
up with a few
will
as
never
well.
quit
But
this hobby. Look at me, brother. Look at my new setup behind me. I got,
they're all printouts.
huh?
They're all printouts. They're all
What's
pretend
print?
cards. All of them. You sold your whole collection. You printed out some on paper
Oh,
at work, and now you're displaying them.
yeah. Don't be
You
saying that.
just you
Somebody
you
might
just
actually believe
you're
me.
just doing the videos for the clicks.
Yeah, for the clicks, for my non-money that I make for this. Oh, go ahead, mixing. I got mixing going in tonight. So, yeah. So, what I was talking about, Mike. I mean, do you have like? I've seen some of your stuff. You got a ton of stuff too. Uh, right now with your orders and everything, you have you actually really enjoy with buying and selling eBay. If you didn't, you probably wouldn't do it. But I mean, that's not exactly collecting. You collect some, but majority you sell, right?
I mean, the stuff I'm doing with this stuff, yeah, but like, I mean, I find myself keeping less and less of like the non-Philly stuff. I mean, I'll
Right.
keep certain rookie cards, some here and there, but I haven't bought a whole lot. I have a couple pieces of mail that theoretically I shelf, and it's not that I don't want to or I'm taking a break. I've just been too damn busy. All my time has been completely
Exactly.
occupied, so it's one of those things. Like I have, I haven't done like a deep dive looking for some of like the parallels from Topps Update and stuff, or even Allen and Ginter. I think I did one quick search earlier today, just looking to see like, hey, what Phillies ones are out there, but I haven't had time for it. So like, I'll get notifications with like the golden that have been auctions that I want to follow. They've been mostly priced a little higher than I want to go with the
Right. Yeah.
bums who are in that product. I do want to get all. There's only 4 Phillies in it, so it's pretty easy to
Oh,
get
really?
them. But I just the prices I've seen so far aren't prices I was ready to jump on. So
Right. Right. So that the 206 box you opened, really love the packaging on that this year.
packaging's awesome. I actually did really well with that product. Like
You
that
did, and
that box was really good.
I really like the fact that you got a lot of different stuff in there. Like every pack had something, not only a different back, but it seemed like you had a lot of like, the canvas fronts or something like that. It just seemed like it was a fun rip.
Yeah, for sure. And that set, I mean that's a product that some people are going to love and some people are going to hate. As someone who has a great appreciation for the cards of that era, I think they're awesome. Once you find a way to store those cards, I think they're cool. I would love to do the base set, but it is so tough now. It's 300 cards. It's so pricey. I did it the first year. I have it all in binders in the tobacco size binder sheets, and it's cool. I love looking through it, but I'll definitely do the Phillies team set in that for sure.
I forgot to mention too, Stadium Club came out, and that was another one. Not too happy with how I don't like the nameplate on it at all. But great photography still. I love the borderless, just full picture. But man, the last 3 cards in every pack is like insert
Yeah, they
color.
definitely improved the color because in the past it was just like the Stadium Club logo, which was
But you
pretty lame.
got some in every pack. And if you're gonna pay as much as you're paying for these boxes, I mean, that was a very watching you open it was entertaining for me. I watched other because I was like, is this the way it is? Because okay, this you're starting to reel me back in with at least a smile on my face. If you're gonna start paying, if we gotta charge us $30 to $40 more a box retail, put something in it. Don't put less in it, right? So I felt like that was a better lot. But I mean, your autos weren't great, but they
No, I don't know if I've ever hit a good autograph at a stadium club. They
right,
exist. I just feel like I never hit them.
right. So and Allen and Ginter is kind of the same way. They exist, but it's so hard to get them. The checklist is for autos is so big and random. The names are so random for those two products. But back to these three products now coming out way after the baseball season, and not even close to the Christmas season. It's just weird. Like I don't understand what Fanatics is what they're doing, right? Like
I mean, I get making it a 12-month a year hobby, but
three
you
sets.
got to get more of these products out during the freaking season. Like I get if you put, 2 products a month in November, 2 in December, so be it. But like, yeah, you don't need to be releasing these things 2 one week, 1 the next week, 1 the next week. It's just
Right. And
it's
then,
football season now. It's hockey. It's basketball. I mean,
right.
we haven't even really gotten to it is the baseball off season, but we haven't really gotten to the baseball off season. That kind of,
Yeah.
We're a week or two from awards. You'll have a little bit of baseball in the news cycle during that
But
week.
I had the gold gloves. They had the gold gloves.
Yeah, I heard those. That was not a ton of star power in the gold gloves. I mean, not that it matters, but it's just less so than usual, which is probably a good thing because back in the day, a lot of guys would get gold gloves because of name recognition and not necessarily because of how good they were with the glove.
And also, it took a couple of years for you to be recognized. Now it's you can be a rookie again. So I really like that, and I love that award. To me, to me, it means a lot to get that award.
We're not going to see a lot of free agency activity until sometime in December. We're probably a good month away from the winter meetings. That's when we'll probably see a few more trades, maybe a couple more signings. I don't know if the biggest guy will sign right away.
Maybe this is to capture the fall league mania. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. Hey, if you're a Jeff McNeil fan, he played in the fall league. I think Jason Dominguez, did he play in the fall league too this year? Get some swings in. Yeah, I thought it was a little disappointing, but I don't like the nameplate on the card, but man, I was so happy with the way the packs came out. The 206s to me are the same thing, a little bit different in the backs this year. I like the nighttime variant with the lights in the background, but to me it's the same thing. But they still look good. It's not like they don't look good, but it's the same thing. And they did change up the Allen and Ginter enough to make it look different, but you still know it's Allen and Ginter. I thought that was a great look card. It is a great looking card. So bravo to them on that one. So I give them an A on that one, a C or a B because of the packs on both of the T206s and the Stadium Club. So, but the 206s, the only way you can get them was off of their website, right?
Yeah, that was a Tops.com exclusive.
Right. So but they'll be out all over the place, singles everywhere. I don't know if that's a pack you hold on to and not open. I like Stadium Club. I don't think why would you hold on to that, not open it, or Allen Ginter.
I think my biggest thing with the Stadium Club was I didn't hit for any rookies really. I mean, I did hit a Holiday Parallel and a Holiday Chrome, but because I had two.
That one,
yeah, but no base cards, none of the other big rookies. But it's it's another one of sets. It's got to be at least 350 cards. You're only getting 100 cards in a box or so. So
right,
you ain't getting every rookie in every box.
And also, Did they do their short prints at the end again, or are they in the front?
I don't know if there's short prints. I know there's image variations, but
Okay. I did like the some of their inserts, minis, and stuff like that, or different stuff they put in. That's always fun to see what they got in there. Allen again takes a fun product, and I like the fact they changed it up a little. It just looks good. So, but anything you want to talk about tonight, Mike? Thanks for coming on. But come on to chat about anything, or
I just popped on for a few minutes to keep my buddy company, say hello to him. Don't get to talk to him too much anymore because we're both really busy. The weeks fly by. They've just been flying by, and this has been a catch-up weekend for me. Not eating ketchup, but catching up on stuff I have to get done.
well, I'm just happy I'm here tonight because I had to make product that off gas chlorine gas all week. So I'm just happy to be here. I had to wear PPE all week, air hood and breathing stuff all week. So not a fun week for me. Are you a ketchup guy or a catsup guy? Yeah. So I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Leave a little early. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Get my second shingle shot so I don't get shingles again. Don't wish that on anybody. I just feel like, this time of year, your money's getting thin. You're doing different things. Holiday season, there's a lot to do with your cars or the hobby itself that has nothing to do with purchasing. What's up, Chris? I feel like there's always other things you can be doing. I don't think there's too many shows left this year. If they are, they're small local shows. So have fun, stay involved. Of course, we're all in the YouTube communities. Reach out and make sure that this was we had an issue at work with one of my coworkers and her family. So just make sure we're always making sure we're looking out for each other. Wellness checks this time of year. Depression is real. Days are shorter. The light is shorter. The days the same 12, 48, 24 hours. But in the holidays, people just maybe say hi to somebody and smile. That's all it takes sometimes. Yeah, Papaldi, I could be, but I don't have his degrees. Thank you, Card Cutter. Thank you, sir. And on that, everybody have a great weekend, or what's left of it, and enjoy your week. Love one another. I'm going to use a lot of guys. Collect what you like. Do something nice for somebody.
Don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. And like I said, all it takes is a smile and a nod sometimes to just ask somebody how they're doing. So until next time, see ya.
Peace.